Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says tens of thousands of people have been left without heat or water after overnight Russian strikes. The latest attack comes as Ukrainian and Russian officials are in Geneva this morning for another round of U.S. brokered talks to try and stop the fighting. CBS News senior foreign correspondent Holly Williams has more from the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv.
Expectations for the negotiations today in Switzerland are low because Ukraine and Russia are still a long way apart on two fundamental issues: territory and security guarantees for Ukraine. Now, Russia currently controls around 20% of Ukraine's land, but over nearly 4 years of grinding war, those territorial gains are thought to have cost Russia over 1 million casualties. Russia's demanded more Ukrainian territory as part of any ceasefire deal, but Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky posted on social media yesterday that it would be a, quote, big mistake to allow the aggressor to take something. Meanwhile, Ukraine, which has been invaded twice by Russia in recent years, wants security guarantees from its friends, including the US, to stop more Russian assaults in the future. This war was started by Vladimir Putin nearly 4 years ago, has forced millions of Ukrainians from their homes and killed around 15,000 civilians, according to the UN. This winter, the weather here in Ukraine has been particularly harsh, with temperatures well below zero. And part of Russia's strategy has been to strike Ukraine's power grid, leaving Ukrainians with a disrupted supply of electricity and heat in the freezing conditions. Back to you.
All right, Holly, thank you very much. For more on today's talks, we're joined by CBS News Pentagon reporter Eleanor Watson. Ellie, so there are low expectations for both sides, but what are they saying? Is there any room to bridge the gap here?
Well, Vlad, as Holly said, there are low expectations in part because the gap on territory specifically remains so vast. Secretary of State Rubio last month in front of Congress said that there have been some agreements on security guarantees, although those have not been made public. But the real sticking point is on territory. Russia has demanded control of all of the Donetsk region in eastern Ukraine, even the parts that it has not won in nearly 4 years of war. The Ukrainian President Zelensky has said that's a non-starter because it would, in effect, reward Russia for launching an invasion in the first place. He doubled down on that point at the Munich Security Conference over the weekend that was attended by European leaders and Secretary of State Rubio. In his speech, Zelensky said it would be an illusion to believe that this war can now be reliably ended by dividing Ukraine. In good faith, Ukraine has sent negotiators to Geneva for these trilateral talks, in part not to anger President Trump, who last week again put more pressure on ending the war on Ukraine rather than Russia, which after over a year of talks of various levels has not budged on what it wants out of a deal.
All right, Eleanor Watson, thank you.